I'm going to tell you about this time that I got pulled over by the police. I can't believe I'm actually repeating this because I never told nobody this before. So, in Luwang, one time, this was when I was living in South Carolina. I didn't have a job yet, so I was still, doing a little this and a little that to get paid. And I was coming back from Nashville on my way to South Carolina. So I had two routes that I could take. I could either go through Asheville or I could go through Atlanta. If I go through Atlanta, it's more stuff to look at, so it's easier for me to stay awake than if I go through Asheville, because Asheville is nothing but mountains and trees. So I was going through Atlanta. I get to Chattanooga. It's like right there at the entrance of Chattanooga. First, you hit that first state line, and then there's going to be a split that goes either to Atlanta or Alabama, and then after that split, there's the first exit. So now there's a state trooper hiding in some trees over there. And so I got my speed limit because I know they have a tendency to fuck with me, which is something I never been able to understand unless they was tracking my shit and I couldn't figure out how because I kept switching all my stuff up. But anyway, that's another story for another video. So I had my speed control, my cruise control set to, speed limit is 70. I had it set to 67, 68, something like that. Because I know when you go down a hill, you pick up speed and you'll end up going over whatever your cruise control is. I had clocked that because a police officer had got my ass for that once. And I was like, no, there's no way I could be going over 70 because I had the cruise control on. Well, he said, well, maybe you picked up some speed coming down the hill. I said, that motherfucker. So anyway, so I set it to like 67, 68. This motherfucker pulled me over any goddamn way. Pulls me over and he's talking shit to me through the window or whatever. Well, I need you to get out of the car. I was like, no, for what? What am I getting out of the car for? Because we need to search the vehicle. Well, no, you don't. I'm not going to get out of the car. Now, the reason why I was bold enough to say I'm not getting out of the car was because on Jay-Z's CD, he said something about you want to legally search my car. So I had took it upon myself to say, you can't search the car. He said, because he asked me, do we have permission to search your vehicle? I said, no, you don't. So he said, that's fine. So he called another officer over there, and I'm sitting in the car just waiting. So they have a dog come out and go around the outside of the car, and he starts barking at the back of the car. I said, oh, baby, y'all are full of shit. It ain't nothing in this car. Luckily, I didn't have anything on me, like literally anything on me. I knew better than that, especially driving through Georgia, because Georgia is it's a damn police trap. So, no, the reason why I didn't have anything on me is because I put it in the mail to the house. That's the reason why I didn't have anything on me. I knew better than to travel with it on me because I had been pulled over so many times by the police that I knew not to travel with me. So travel with it with me. So I put it in the FedEx next day to the house. So by the time I get to the house at 6 o'clock in the morning, like 2 hours later, FedEx is knocking on the door with my shit. So they said, now we need you to step out of the vehicle because, we got an alert from the dog. Okay, fine. I get out. Put me in handcuffs, put me in the back of the car. And he's asking me questions. I'm not answering anything. I'm not telling you none of your business. He said, okay. So they opened the car. Now that's another story I need to tell you. Anyway, they opened the car door because they got an alert from the dog. That's the only reason they could do it. He goes in the car, searches all my shit. He comes back, he takes me out of the car. Well, listen, we'll tell you we're gonna do is we're going to do you a favor this time, and we're going to let you go. Let me go? What do you mean? Well, we found a marijuana seed on the passenger side on the floor underneath the rug. One marijuana seed. I had stopped smoking weed. As a matter of fact, no one had ever smoked weed in that car, because the main reason was because the car belonged to my father, and he's real sensitive to smoke. And so I know that he would get in the car. He'd be like, "Who's been smoking in my car?" And I didn't want that argument. This happened. I was like, I think I was maybe like 30 something, 31, 32. Right now I'm 49. So yeah, that's about right. I was about 31, 32. But he would still get on me about somebody smoking in his vehicle. So no one had ever smoked, rolled, or nothing in their car. And I knew he was lying. We're going to go ahead and give you, you're going to do me a favor, and you're going to let me go. You found one marijuana seed. So they hop in their cars and they drive off real quick before I get in my car. I didn't get in my car, and I'm still kind of flustered from all the shit that happened. So every time that it gets to the point where every time I got pulled over by the police, I will call my father and let him know, say, hey, or send him a text message, hey, I'm getting pulled over right now. And I would tell him where I'm at. I'm in Chattanooga. I'm on my way back to the house, and I'm getting pulled over by the police. He's like, did you do something again? I was like, no, I didn't do anything. I never do anything, or whatever. And so when I get back in the car, I called him. I was like, I'm explaining to him everything that happened, and I'm going off. And I was like, I don't understand. This don't make no fucking sense. Why they keep pulling me over? I said, they can't even tell that I'm black in the car, and this is not right. It's not fair. It's too hard being black. And I know he wanted to laugh or something. He was like, okay. And he said, well, I'm gonna let you go. Just let me know when you get back to the house. I was like, okay. That was the one time in my life that I said it's too hard being black. I ain't said it since. But then, as I'm driving, of course, I know I have many hours to go. And, you know, all kind of shit replay in your head after you separate from the situation. Something told me I should have told the police officer, no, go ahead and take me to jail for the one marijuana seed. But he said he threw it away. I said, no, find that marijuana seed and take me to jail for it. Because I wanted to fight it, but it was too late. Besides, they hopped in their cars and ran off anyway. Oh, baby, I got some police stories to tell. But that's for another video.